Hi YouTube, it's Mama Doe Dawn. As some of you may know, I am a 28-year-old single mom of a little 2-year-old girl, and I am currently attempting to pay off $55,600 of debt. Over the last month, I've made a lot of sacrifices, specifically to put myself in a better financial position. I've sold most of my belongings, and I've moved back in with my parents. But there are also a few little things that I've given up that I wanted to discuss with you guys today. These are the small sacrifices I've made to put myself in a better financial position. My end goal by not indulging in these things is to pay off my debt quicker, put a little bit of extra money into my pocket that can be used to pay off debt. So let's talk about it. The first one is probably the hardest for me, and that's because it's directly related to Charlotte, my kiddo. And that is that I am not buying her expensive gifts. Granted, she's only 2. What does she need at 2 that's that expensive? But even so, there are some toys that I see sometimes that are just a little out of my price range. I can't just buy her toys randomly. She only gets them on specific holidays. And for those holidays, for the most part, the things she gets are thrifted. She doesn't care. Like, she's just happy to be getting toys. But as a mom, there is some guilt there. The second thing that I've given up is shaving. You're probably wondering, how does not shaving save money? But I'm not buying exfoliating creams, I'm not buying razors, I'm not buying shaving cream. There are a lot of shaving products, especially for women, that I'm just not buying anymore. Granted, it's summertime, my legs are super hairy, but honestly, I've really enjoyed the process of not shaving, of not having to worry about that one thing, and I've kind of just accepted the body hair and I'm learning to love it. Some people would say this is a little extreme, but it's probably saving me $20, $30 a month, and over an entire year, that's a lot of money. Second thing is hair dye. You guys can probably tell, like, the bottom half of my hair is a lot lighter than the top half. Like, this is more of a darker blonde brown color. This is obviously a lighter blonde. I used to kind of go like strictly for the bleach blonde look, and then right after having Charlotte I went like brunette and pink for a little while, and now I'm done dyeing my hair. It's another maintenance thing that just doesn't need done on a daily basis. So I am just accepting the natural color and learning to love it, and I am not investing in hair dye anymore. The fourth thing is new clothes for myself. Obviously, as Charlotte gets bigger and older, she's going to need new clothes that fit her. But for me, I am just living in the same clothes pretty much every single day. You've probably seen this sweater 1,000 times. I got it for 44 cents at Goodwill. I love this sweater. I wear it all the time. It's a great brand. But I have enough clothes right now to get me by, so I'm surviving with what I have. Would I like to go out and kind of buy some more things for my wardrobe, especially after losing some baby weight? Do I think that'd be awesome? Yes. Is it necessary right now? No. So I'm just living with what I got. The next thing is Starbucks and just gourmet local coffee. I have died down on my coffee intake a lot. I used to have at least 1 cup of coffee a day. Now I have 1 cup of coffee usually once or twice a week. I should make an entire separate video on caffeine, the effects that it had on me, and the effects of getting rid of caffeine had on me. Now the 1 or 2 cups I have a week really help me get super energized and get some things done on those days, but I'm not having withdrawal symptoms coming off of caffeine. As always, I'm getting super sidetracked. I should just make a separate video about coming off of caffeine. But one thing I really enjoyed with coffee was going around, especially to local little coffee shops, and trying new coffees. It was just an experience that I found really peaceful and really nice. They're usually quiet, they have nice atmosphere, and Charlotte could have a little snack. It was just a nice little mommy-daughter date. We're no longer doing that. It wasn't something I spent a ton of money on, but again, it was probably $20 a month. That is no longer happening, and over an entire year, it will save me money. The next thing is window shopping. I used to like going and just walking through the mall with Charlotte, basically just to get her energy out, especially on bad weather days, or just going to a larger department store and walking through it. And occasionally I would just buy a random item. And I would kind of justify it to myself as it's a small little item for Charlotte, or I found a really good deal or a really good price. It's below $10. And you're buying a $5 item, you know, 3 times a month, and then throughout the entire year, it adds up. So once again, that's just one of those little things I'm sacrificing right now. I'm not even tempting myself. We're not walking through any places where I'm going to buy anything. Quarantine has definitely helped with this and has totally broken this habit, and I intend to just not window shop until a majority of my debt is paid off. The next thing is storage space. When I moved into my parents', I downsized dramatically. I wasn't going to pay for a storage unit, and just in general, the amount of space that I have to fill up here is not very much. So I've limited my belongings drastically. Honestly, about half of what I own is toys and clothes and basic needs for Charlotte. Things that I kept for myself are little hobby type things, furniture I needed for my business, bookshelves, a desk, and some books, which is one of the things that I have a really hard time letting go of. I love my book. Everything I own has been downsized dramatically. Storage space in general has been downsized dramatically for this debt-free journey. And the last thing is travel. When Charlotte was first born, I did travel around to see her paternal side of the family in Kentucky. We were living in Louisiana at the time, and I came up to Chicago to see my brother. I did travel, and before Charlotte was born, I traveled all the time. I lived in Alaska 5 years, and from Alaska I was going to Hawaii and Seattle. I moved down to Oklahoma and we were traveling all over Texas with her dad. Just my entire life I've been on the go. I've been wanderlust. It's something I've really enjoyed. And at this point in my debt-free journey, it does not make financial sense at all for me to travel, period. I barely get out of the house. If I do, I'm taking a hike with Charlotte because I'm not going to be spending money. This has been an adjustment that's really hard for me. And for a long time, it's made me feel really unfulfilled because having the experience of traveling was something that was really important to me and a huge aspect to my life that I no longer have. And it's something that I always really wanted to give Charlotte. I wanted her to have a life where she was seeing as much of the world as possible. And unfortunately, financially, that's not the life I can give her right now. But travel is a huge motivator for me to get this debt paid off, so we can begin traveling, so we can have a stable home to come home to. Probably the two biggest things that are motivating me. Being able to travel and then also being able to have our own home to come home to. For now, neither of those things are happening as I continue to struggle and claw and climb through this debt. So those are the 8 sacrifices that I'm currently making in my life to pay off debt. Some of them are small, some of them are big, some of them are just kind of in between. I do think all of them are worth it right now. I'm going to continue to sacrifice all of those things until I'm in a better position financially where I can indulge in those things without putting myself in a place of instability. And if you would like to join me on this debt-free journey, feel free to come back to my channel. I do post debt, financial, personal finance type videos sporadically throughout the month in between all of my parenting videos. But I will have a link right below this video with a playlist that is specifically financial videos. So if you only want to watch financial videos, you can click that playlist, just come directly back to that playlist, and it'll be updated as soon as there's new videos posted. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.